Hello, my name is Hannah, and today we're making a cottage farmhouse in Henford-On-Bagley. And so I was trying to go like really cottagey with this one, but as in any other build that I've ever done, it just doesn't turn out the exact way that I'm thinking of. And so it kind of turned out like a modern-ish kind of thing on the inside. The outside is fairly cottagey, except for the materials I guess it's made out of, but it's got like a bunch of like wood detailing, and it's got like old like fencing and stuff like that, and it's shaped like a typical cottage, but it's got like I think like maybe like a brickish kind of like stone wall and like, you know, wood paneling and stuff, like the modern type wood paneling, not the cottage type wood paneling. You know, I could have used like a cottage wood paneling, but I didn't. I used the like one from Evergreen Harbor, I'm fairly positive. Also, I was trying really hard to make the like roofing green and like grass, but it just didn't work. I really like, well, I don't think this is the green grass one, however I also tried that, but this is like one of the normal roofs just in like a green color. I was gonna make it fully green, and it just like didn't turn out that way. I don't know if it's green at all on the outside, but I don't really remember the color scheme of the outside. I also can't see it. I mentioned this all the time, but the thing I'm looking at that shows what the outside looks like is the size of a penny, and I cannot see that for the life of me. So, but I'm fairly positive it doesn't end up green, but I do end up with a similar color scheme with this like wood color that I use, and it's also kind of okay because like some of the Henford-On-Bagley stuff and that like the cottage living woods match with a lot of the other packs and stuff, like especially like the Seasons wood matches really well with that, and so I like that a lot, and it was pretty easy. But I was also trying to use like a mixture of different packs because I wanted to use more Seasons stuff, but it just didn't really work out that well, so I just used a bunch of the stuff from Cottage Living, which is fine because it is a cottage and it is in Henford-On-Bagley, so it makes sense. But I'm just trying to go a little bit with like different packs so I can mix and match and stuff. Also on this house, I did the outside like exterior paint like as I was doing the outside, which I know is not that big of a deal, but I like never do that, like especially like right now and like nowadays and stuff like that. I haven't been doing that in a while, and so it's very different because usually I just leave it to last because I just don't like doing the outsides. I like much prefer doing the inside. Like I like doing the shape of the outside and the landscaping, but coloring stuff and like figuring out like the roofs and stuff like that, all of that's kind of annoying because like I can never get it to like be perfect, and so it's just kind of difficult, and so I much prefer doing the inside. However, it's like a challenge to do the outside, which I also kind of like. I like challenge stuff. If it's like fun challenging stuff, if it's not like, you know, world history, that's a different type of challenge, and I don't like that. But like fun challenges stuff is fun, which also is the reason that I do a lot of apartments when I don't have a lot of free time. Is one, first, like they don't take very long, and also I don't have to do the outside, which takes the longest of everything. So I don't know. But also I was gonna mention how the medium like wood color has become my new dark brown. I think I just like get into these things where I use the same wood color over and over again, which is, there's not like an issue with that. However, I use dark brown wood related things in like video games for 7 years straight, and so I wouldn't touch anything else, and it like went from like different things into like The Sims, and then that's like all I built was like dark wood stuff, and now I basically only use this like color-ish around there, and so it's like becoming a whole new thing where I'm not even thinking about it, and I'm just putting down like this color of wood for everything, and I really like this color, and so that's probably why I keep just using it, but it's just becoming this new dark brown. And so the last time I tried to go from like the dark brown to a different color wood, it took like 6 months for me to like fully like do a normal amount of the dark brown, but then at this point it's just become the light wood, and so I need to figure out how to make it like a decent mix of all of them, because it's just gonna be entirely this medium wood if I let it get too far, and I don't know if it's been too far or not, but I'm hoping not, because I want to mix it up, but I just really suck at mixing it up for some reason. Also, this is the blue that I chose. The inside is like a lighter blue than the outside, but the outside is like a medium like dark blue, and I really like this stone. I keep using it, but I just keep using it like on every single build, so you know, I just keep reusing stuff, and I need to learn how to fix that, but I think it's just gonna happen. But we'll see if I can fix it at some point and like learn to mix stuff up. But that's about it for the build, so I'm now going to move on to a couple of the things that I've done in the last couple days. So the first thing is that I think, I don't know, back in December, I guess, is probably the last time I talked about this. So I did interior design all, like, last semester, and so I took a class, and I finished this board, and I was one of the 5 people picked to do one of these shows, or like a competition, I guess, for the boards and to like see. And so the competition kind of thing was like, I don't know, a couple days ago, I don't know. So I went to go see it at this like show, I guess. I don't know what they're called, but like I went to go see it and we could not find it. It was like in a big building of other things, like that wasn't the main thing that was at this building. And so we were just walking around, and so it took a very long time. But to be fair, my mother was also spending a bunch of time looking at, you know, people that sold decks and stuff. So really fun. I sat there listening to some guy spiel about a deck for too long. I never want to think about decks like for that long, because it's not like you think about it that often. And so when you have like this guy just talking about all of the plus sides of his decking company, it gets really annoying really quickly. And also I was standing, and I had been walking for like an hour and a half at that point, so I was just standing still listening to decks, and it was really horrible. However, you know, I guess we've got new information about decking now, so you know, that's really fun. But I didn't need to know that information. I'm not in the market for a deck right now. I don't even have a house that I would need to pay for a deck for, so you know, that's okay. But you know, I also just kind of stood there because the Wi-Fi sucked in the building. Big metal and concrete building. Wi-Fi doesn't like that place. However, so none of the things open. Google would barely open, but that's a my phone issue. My phone barely opens Google when I'm inside my house next to the router. So, you know, it's fun, but nothing would open. So I just kind of had to stand there listening to deck stuff. But when we finally figured out like where the like board was, it was really fun. I didn't win anything, but to be fair, I was expecting that because I cannot cut a straight line for the life of me. I picked like a modern art deco kind of style. If you don't remember, I barely remembered that. But when I was cutting out like the backings and also just like the words for like the descriptors of the board, I can't cut straight, and we had nothing to cut it straight. And so it was just really bad, and so I'm fairly positive that was my biggest issue. But I really like it, to be like it like in total, I guess. And it was really fun to look at other people's stuff, and like a bunch of the other kids in my class got like, you know, those like participation ribbons. I think no one from our school like won the first 3 prizes, but there was this one kid in my class who got one of the ribbons, and I really liked their board. It was like very colorful. Like they used like a bunch of red, which I've talked about it before. Red, I don't like it. Like it's just really, really bold, and I don't think I could make it that red. But this person did like a lot of big patterns and like stuff, and I thought it was really cool looking. And I even chose that one for one of the boards that I wanted to go on. And I thought that they were gonna do pretty good because their floor plan was really cool too, and they had like a bunch of like flooring, and like they drew a bunch of extra stuff. But they didn't win, which I thought that was kind of sad. But one of the ones that did win, not to like be mean to any of them, there were 2 that were really cool, and this one that was just really boring compared to the other 2. I think it was very perfect. Like it looked fake basically, which I think is why it won. But it looked like so straight and so just clean that it just didn't look right, I guess. I don't know. But it didn't look bad, but it just looked like plain compared to the other ones. But I can see why people would like it, because it's definitely something you'd put in an actual house compared to like the rest of us were just like trying to make it the most like extravagant and like bold patterns and stuff, because that's what we were told to do, and like what we were told was thought to win. So I don't know, but I just thought it was kind of strange that you see this like these 2 that are just super patterned, really bold, and then this one that looks, you know, normal. And so I don't know, but I thought that was kind of fun. Also with that, It was our last practice. This is a very different topic. I just kind of put these two together for today's video. But we had our last cheer practice like as a full like all squad thing, and that was really kind of sad because it's like getting so close to tryouts because we're doing tryouts at the end of March, and it just doesn't seem like that it's been an entire year, which it's just flying really quickly, and I just don't like that because that means that I have to try out, and then like that whole tryout stress happens again because you're not guaranteed a spot. However, I'm not like worried about not making it. I'm just worried about where I'm going to make it, and also just like memorizing another dance at this point is just so like stressful. So I'm a little bit worried. However, I know I shouldn't be, but it's just all coming back to that whole stress that I've had twice. But also that means that this is, halfway through my high school cheerleading stuff, and that's just really sad. And so, but I liked doing practices. However, I didn't like waking up at 5 a.m. for them, but I liked it once I got there. But now it's like basically done. We're gonna have one on Tuesday as like a group because we have our dance performance that I'll talk about more next week. But I was kind of sad. We spent like the last half an hour doing Valentine's because it's Valentine's Day. Well, I guess tomorrow when I'm recording this, about a week ago when you're seeing this, I think, around there. But we were making like Valentine's kind of things for each other, and just like I think the prompts that she gave us was like one thing that you like about this other person kind of thing. And so we're basically just like, your jumps are really cool, or your cheers are clean, kind of stuff like that. And so we just did a bunch of those, and that was really fun. So it was a very nice last practice, but it was kind of sad too. Our coach cried. That was really depressing because she cries all of the time. She cried at Christmas too. I'm not really sure why that was. I don't remember. I think there was a purpose at one point, but she just keeps crying, which I think because she's so like energetic and also just kind of just like professional. Like, I don't know how to describe it. That's like the best I can describe it. She's just so serious about things, and so when she cries, it's just like, what happened? Like, if something died is kind of like when she cries, but like it's always just like these big major events. Oh, we also got another cookie. She just really likes the cookie cakes, I think, because she's bought like 7 or 8 of them this year. They're not the best cookie cakes. They kind of taste vegan, like bad vegan stuff. Like, vegan can taste good, but they taste like they were attempting to be vegan and somehow forgot to put flour in them. But like the frosting is okay though, so I don't know. But that's about it. I'm going to stop talking right now because I could just keep rambling. But it is almost screenshots time, so subscribe if you did like today's video or if you want to see more like this. But I do post 4 videos a week, so you can watch another video next time. Bye!